Good people, back in the building. Another Monday night with your Monarchs. Get ready to talk some wrestling. Sliding in a different way today. But this is your man, Cool McCain. And I'm joined as always by the other half of your Monarchs. My boy, the Playmaker with the dude, Big Dog.
What's going on, good people? Hope y'all having good. Hope y'all just safe and sound, especially those of you in Los Angeles, California.
Absolutely.
But today, I'm on a mission today. All right. If you notice, if you see what type of hat I got on, you know what type of business I'm on today.
What time you getting started? 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock on the dot.
All right.
So we're going right across the Monday Night Raw. Which is also a big show, by the way. You might not know that because of what happened last week, but this is a big show. This is a big show.
We're going to get into it. So, quick review of some things that happened on Impact, and then we'll do a preview of Genesis. So on Impact, I had a couple of interesting events take place. As always, TNA kind of has some that you just like, wow, but some interesting things happen as well. So one of the interesting things that happened on TNA Impact was they had a 6-man match. You had the System that went up against Steve Macklin, Eric Young, and Jonathan Gresham. Macklin, Young, and Gresham won. They beat JDC, Eddie Edwards, and Brian Myers. They then hit them after the match with steel cheers and assaulted them. They put a cheer over. They basically gave Jonathan Gresham a concerto. So that's interesting just to see where everything moves forward because, of course, they swear revenge. It always happens when your buddy gets hurt. But System is still being the dirty, dastardly guys that they are, which, somebody's got to do it, right? Joe Hendry, of course, is going to have his rematch against Nick Nemeth at Genesis. We'll talk about that in detail, but of course, they were able to come have some words, go through all their stuff. Rosemary, who is going to be facing Masha Slamovich, played the mind games with her like Rosemary does with the craziness and all the wildness. Mike Santana gearing up for his match, which we'll talk about, had matches against Judas Icarius and Travis Wilson, which are the other two people that are in the Northern Armory, along with their leader, Josh Alexander. He did beat Josh Alexander actually as well in a match, but that was by disqualification. He got once Josh Alexander got to the ring, basically he got beat down because Mike Santana had taken his headgear at Final Resolution, so kind of a little payback. Ash by Elegance and Heather by Elegance are going to be challenging for the tag team titles. Their concierge came out, had some words to say, all that goodness. Rosemary then went and found Raven. That was a little interesting, but that was that.
What's looking for Raven for?
A lot of the other things we can actually skip just for time saving purposes. The other thing I will talk about quickly is Moose came out with Alicia Edwards. He basically said he is going to unveil a new X Division championship at Genesis, which is the same night he'll fight against Ace Austin. Andrew Everett came out and argued with Moose for disrespecting the X Division. Moose hit him with a boot and then decided that he was going to have an X Division championship match against Andrew Everett. Of course, Moose won the match, but Ace Austin, who was his opponent, was backstage watching. So that was kind of wild. TNA is doing a fairly good job of setting things up. And then the other thing, of course, is Jordan Grace and Tessa Blanchard things got a little wild between them. Their match was finally made official. Jordan Grace and Tessa Blanche at TNA Genesis. We already knew the match was going to happen, but they had to find a way to actually make the match make sense. So they got into it. So interesting card that we're going to talk about here for Genesis. So just wanted to give y'all a little bit of a quick recap of some things that happened on Impact. Of course, some other things happened, but most weeks we dig into a little bit more. But because we got Genesis as well, kind of make that swing. Don't mean things you ain't got that swing. So we'll start at the bottom of the card here. Jordan Grace versus Tessa Blanchard. No championship or anything on the line, but Tessa and Jordan, they've been going at it since Tessa made her return a few weeks ago. And Jordan Grace is not one that's going to back down. And if you're Tessa and you're coming back and you're trying to make a name, obviously Jordan Grace is a smart person to try to make your name off of, and clearly Tessa is going that way. So I will be picking Tessa Blanchard to win this match. And the reason why I'll be picking Tessa Blanchard is because I do believe Jordan Grace is leaving once her contract is over. So you might as well have her put over people who are coming in. Tessa Blanchard is somebody who can fill that role, maybe not exactly like the Juggernaut, but that role of the powerful woman that's hard to beat. So that's why I'm going with Tessa. Do you agree, Playmaker?
Carry on.
We'll say that's an agreement. All right, then we've got Josh Alexander against Mike Santana. A la because of the 3-on-1 beatdown after he beat the first two members of the Northern Armory. I'll say Josh Alexander and his compatriots find a way to cheat and beat Mike Santana because, Mike Santana's Super Mike now. Agree, disagree? Don't care?
Mike.
Carry on. Okay. Mike.
Mike.
Okay, so you're going Mike Santana. All right, so we're opposite on that one. All right, TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Championship match. We've got Spitfire, which is Daniel Luna and Jody 3, against Ash by Elegance and Heather by Elegance. And Heather is the cake of the duo, by the way. But with their personal concierge, I honestly think that the by Elegance ladies are going to win because Spitfire has been champions. They kind of dominated last year. You might as well, by dastardly means, put the belts on the heels and then let them kind of run with them a little bit. Daniel Luna also is in the cake army, by the way. Just throw it out there. Any thoughts, Playmaker? Agree, disagree?
As much as I want to take off Cole Johnson, I'm going to pick the sisters.
All right, then we got Moose, who is the X Division champion. He's unveiling a new championship that night versus Ace Austin. I don't see Moose losing this match. It's an X Division championship match. I don't see him losing it, so I'm going to go Moose.
I wish he would, but that's another.
We're not going to put him in the TNA championship again yet, so he might as well ride with his belt for a while.
Yeah. All right, Moose, you better keep that title. As much as I hate it.
All right. TNA Knockouts World Championship. This is going to be a Clockwork Orange House of Fun match. These gimmick matches, I'm just going to say the name of it. Basically, it's a no disqualification match. They just want to give it a fancy name and whatever, but they have some weird stuff. But it's basically
they basically want to give Rosemary a chance.
Right.
It still ain't going to work.
And Rosemary, I agree with you. Masha wins. Rosemary been doing too much. When you be doing all that, you lose. We've got the World Tag Team Championships. This is being labeled by TNA as a quote-unquote dream match. We've got Over the Hill Hardys, Matt and Jeff, versus the Rascals, Trey Miguel, and Zachary Wentz. But before we get to that match, sir, we do have a guest on tonight. Someone you might know very well. Miss Williams, great to have you back.
Can y'all hear me?
We can.
Cool. Hey,
I
D.
do.
Great to have you
Hey,
back.
cool.
Hey.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I purposefully kind of wanted to hit you with
Oh, I know you
surprise.
did. Oh, I know you did. That's why he wasn't saying much before we got on the show.
You noticed that, huh? Yeah. I ain't
Yeah,
want to
I
let nothing
noticed
slip,
that.
so I walked you with it. Not too much. Yeah. Yeah. So, yo, we are going through the card picking TNA. We've already picked up to the World Tag Team Championship match, which is between the Hardys and the Rascals. Who you think's going to win that match?
You guys know I don't really watch TNA, but I know who they are. I mean,
enough.
the Rascals. I'm tired of the Hardy Boys, man. They need to retire.
I was going to say the same thing. So, what about you, Playmaker?
Surprisingly, I thought I was gonna be the only one picking the Rascals, to be quite honest.
Well, surprise again, surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
I thought I was gonna be the only one to say that. I thought.
Well, it's a sweep for the Rascals. All right, and then TNA World Championship match. The artist formerly known as Dolph Ziggler is the champion versus Joe Hendry.
I hate everything about this match for one simple reason. We have no idea what they're gonna do with Joe Hendry.
I'm gonna pick him. I think you got to strike before the iron gets cold, and if you don't, he's gonna start to cool down. So
We said last time.
We did. It doesn't, but they put him back there a few months later because I think they watched the show. They went back and watched our show and said, those guys have a good point. So I think they're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
Is Taco BL lurking around still?
Possibly.
Oh,
not sure. Possibly.
Has he showed up at TNA since?
A couple of times, but not recently. But they've been on their hiatus. They just started. You know what I'm saying? You know how they do. So.
Yeah. All right, Joe. This is your third shot here.
3 strikes, you're out, Mr. Hendry.
Man, Joe, good over there.
Yeah, there we go.
He need to come on TNA. I mean, NXT.
Got to get out of that contract first. Got to get out of that contract. I think he will. All right, we got a couple of comments, y'all, and then we're going to hit our first break. Daniel Berry Sports Highlight hits us with the yo. What's going on, Daniel? Appreciate you, my guy, for logging in with us. Then our guy Damien in the building. He says, "What's up? What's going on, Damien?" Damien also directs this directly to you, Mr. Playmaker. He says, "Rams, y'all better not lose to Darnold, I swear."
Damien, you shut up. You're not in the playoffs. Shut up.
He might.
Cole is already in the building. Cole is already on the tomfoolery, which I'm all for tomfoolery. He says, TNA has AJ Francis. They can push. Forget Joe Hendry. And he has 3 rolling on the floor laughing emojis. For those of you who are listening to us on Real
you
Wild
gonna
Radio.
Come in here and throw AJ Francis in here. What?
Yes, he did, sir. Yes, he did. And Cole also says, "Good evening, Monarchs." And he says, "Good to see you again, Yolanda." So we appreciate that, Mr. Johnson. Damien says, "Nice wins with the help of Taker JBL on a motorbike." Damien, definitely haberdashery. Not even tomfoolery. You gotta go above that for Damien. All right, Cole says Joe believes he's going to the WWE in 2025, but he should be champ one time in TNA before he leaves. Cole. Playmaker's not gonna let me die. He's not gonna let me digress today. But TNA, Tasha Steelz, cakes. I will not argue with that. I know my boy got his game at 8, so I'm not gonna go there. But I approve that message, sir. 1,000%.
I bet you do.
Cole says, I like the Taker JBL reference at Damian Hernandez. The Taker JBL it always works. It never does not work.
You come out with a goddamn black trench coat like he's somebody.
He is
That man
somebody.
never wore a trench coat in WWE. That man came out in suits.
This is true. But now he's on the independents and he's revamped his image. So, all right, y'all. Time for a commercial break. I think it's apropos that we start the commercial right here.
Rams fans all around the world.
It's a beautiful thing to be a Rams fan right now. Stafford's back. We will see about Cup. And running back Kerryon Williams to return.
Lend me your ears, or should I say lend Playmaker your ears, as he breaks down week by week everything in the Los Angeles Rams canon.
Number 99, Aaron Donald. Can't wait for 2029 to come to know that you are going in the Hall of Fame, and it should be first ballot, no questions asked.
Join the Playmaker as he breaks down everything Los Angeles Rams style in Ramily Talk on the Playmakers Blog Network YouTube channel and where you can find podcasts. Oh, yes. The tradition, the pageantry, the spectacle, the history, the slut. Wait. I gotta rep my brother's stuff right. All my DMV soldiers, stand up! And welcome to the Commander's Gridiron Report. You want your commanders to be repped right? Well, D. Willie is your man. Commander's Gridiron Report. Every Tuesday at 11:05 a.m. Eastern, 10:05 a.m. Central on the Sotoba Media YouTube channel. Music by J. Cool.
Where my soldiers? Right side. Commanders. Where my soldiers? Left side.
Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets. Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text. Delete.
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sotoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels.
All right, good people. We back in the building. So it's time to slide over to the world of AEW. And to be 100% honest.
Offer Elite Wrestling.
Awkward, maybe Elite Wrestling, but we'll see. But they have
we just know it ain't all Elite. We know that much.
No, they're definitely not all Elite. Arsenally maybe Elite, but not all Elite. But they do have a show called Collision. We don't really cover Collision because Collision hasn't been a show that has warranted our coverage. It's gonna, yeah, I'm saying. Every once in a while something happens on there. You'll build it up, you make it good enough, we'll talk about it more. Until then, we're not. What it is, we have to talk about what's royalty in wrestling, and that is not Collision. So on Dynamite, we had the House of Black's Buddy Matthews versus the aerial assassin Will Ospreay. When you look at this match, there's no one in the building who thought that Buddy Matthews was going to beat Will Ospreay. Not the bruh.
Was this a 5-star match? That's my only question. Was it a 5-star match? You said
I would
Ospreay.
say this was between a 4 and 5 star. I watched a lot of it, but I was in the middle of doing something else, so I kind of missed a little bit. So I don't want to throw out 5-star when I didn't see the entirety of the match, but it was a very good match. And
you threw Will Ospreay's in there. Anytime we threw Will Ospreay's in there, that's my only question. Was it a 5-star match?
If it wasn't a 5-star, it was a 4, probably a 4.5.
And a half. Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
And when they're gonna cut off the House of Black, because you already let the news leak.
Oh, they starting that now.
A certain person of that. Okay.
They starting that now.
Because we already know the news about one of them.
Ms. Williams, I'll let you go ahead and throw the information out there.
Yeah, so on Dynamite, after the match, Ospreay basically gave Buddy Matthews his flowers and was saying that he didn't need the group anymore and that he's good on his own. And that was for Buddy Matthews. And then on Collision, we ain't got there yet, but same thing kind of happened with Mr. Cope.
Yeah.
Telling what's the guy name? Brody King.
That he should take over. Yep.
That he should, yeah. And he got his props too. So they working on it.
Yep. They're distancing them from
and then Cole Johnson. So kindly put the third part in the chat.
Yep. He going back to WWE.
Yep. So we'll go ahead and hit everything out since we right here, right? So Damian says, hey, it's cool. We're not in the playoffs. I would rather be in Cancun than looking like a fool on national TV.
When the last time y'all was in the playoffs?
It's been a long time.
Tonight decided to change shots at me, Damien.
So Byron says both of this year's Royal Rumble matches will be 40 superstars. I hope that that is not.
Oh boy, good gracious.
Honestly, I'm not even happy about that. If anything, I'm sad about that. That is not the move that we want, because we saw that before and it didn't flow right. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised just because, WWE and all the things that they are having happen now, but I hope not. All right, so Cole says AEW where John Moxley needs to be tossed downstairs like he says Alan Darby. He won't even say Darby Allin. And the Dollar Tree Will Ospreay is a full-on embarrassment. I'm assuming he's talking about Kyle Fletcher. Not really.
I was trying to figure out who you were talking about. I'm like,
it's not really
wow.
Man, the fact that you put Dollar Tree and Will Ospreay in the same sentence is blasphemous by itself.
But it's not. Again, in the words of a guy that we know very well, find the lie. Cole does say Malachi is saying bye-bye to AEW soon. And then Damian says, when was the last time the Rams sniffed it? What, 5 years ago or something?
Yeah, they just there.
2021.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. 3 years ago.
That's why Damien, you already know shit already. Like the fact that you blatantly forgot we won one just recently.
He's just trying to bait you. That's all he's trying to do, Playmaker. He's just trying to bait you, bro. So then we had the World Tag Team Champions. Private Party had their victory celebration. It was interrupted by the Hurt Syndicate. I want to say business so bad, but I'm trying to do better about using the actual names and not the names everybody know people by. So Lashley, MVP proposes a toast, and then Bobby finishes the toast by saying that this Hurt Syndicate's here to take those tag team titles. Then Bobby Lashley has a match versus Mark Briscoe, and who do y'all think won the match?
No. This is why we say tornado powders.
Yeah. Yes.
So we go from telling the tag team champions that we finna fight y'all and we gonna take them titles. So Bobby Lashley pulled all first out of everybody on the roster. Mark Briscoe. Out of everybody on the roster.
And we're supposed to believe that Swerve can't beat him, but Mark Briscoe can. Because essentially Ring of Honor is NXT -0.5, and he can even keep the Ring of Honor championship. And we're supposed to believe he's gonna beat Bobby Lashley. That is why we say powder tornadoes. Stuff like this.
I was gonna say, okay, so we're gonna do the slow burn with Bobby Lashley. We're gonna let you team up with Shelton first and go from tag team goals before we sing you on the way to the main part.
Maybe or maybe not, because you haven't seen this news yet, I'm sure. But this is a perfect place to insert it. One Montel Vontavious Porter will be competing in a triple threat match with the other two members of the Hurt Syndicate this week on Dynamite, per the purveyor of the Powder Tornadoes. So it might be MVP and Shelton Benjamin with the tag titles. But Shelton Benjamin did express some interest in the TNT title, so he might get that. We'll see how it rolls out. But I do like where you're going, sir, and I feel it. I do like that. So,
even though it just got blown up, even though you just blew it up in my face when you said Montel Vontavious Porter in the ring.
I'm just trying to make sure you got the info, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everybody get the info. So.
Darn you, Tony Khan. I can't even give you credit when I'm trying to.
Hey, Powder Tornadoes. That's all I can say. All right, so world title contenders Casino Gauntlet match. So this is another match. We already have Christian that has a contract he's scared to cash in for world title match. So now we're going to do a Casino Gauntlet match to give somebody else an opportunity to face the champion instead of making Christian use the contract that he has.
They're running it together. Like, this is basically the same match Christian run to get the contract.
The difference here is you don't have the opportunity to run away and hide and just hold on to your contract forever. You actually have to fight the next week. So the winner of this match will actually face Jon Moxley next week, and they're not able to hide
and lose
7 years.
Actually, I'll take that back. Depending on who's in the match. I just thought about that.
You're actually not wrong. Just so you know, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, you know he's not wrong. He's not. I hate that he's not wrong.
I'm about to say, even though I don't like how they doing him for to be a big guy.
Right. So, participants in the match: Switchblade, Jay Wright, Adam Page, Wheeler Yuta was in the match as well. Ricochet was in the match. Adam Cole, Baby. Yep.
Roger Strong.
We know him. We know him in it.
Daniel Garcia.
Lance Archer.
And
he's still there?
Yeah, he's still there. He's in tag team.
Kyle O'Reilly.
And
we thought Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, and we thought Jeff Jarrett.
Please don't tell me Jeff Jarrett won that match.
He didn't. No, he didn't even get to him. And then Powerhouse. Yolanda, how about you tell the people who won the match?
Mr. powerhouse himself, Hobbs.
That's why I say you're not wrong, Playmaker. That's why I say you're not wrong. He is not winning the AEW championship. It's not going to happen. Then
anything else from AEW?
There's a couple
anything
of
else. I don't heard enough.
Dynamite.
I heard enough.
we
No, period. I heard enough.
I've
heard enough.
There's going to be a match.
I mean, you had a little
go ahead.
tiny cake match. I mean, a big cake match at the end.
We did.
Since y'all like cake so much.
What's cake match? Jeff Jarrett had an interview, and MJF came out and basically was like, "I'll help you win, and you give me a shot." And Jeff Jarrett was like, "You're scum. I don't need your help. You suck." Long story short. Then we got the rated R superstar Cope.
That
he
name
did
is so
the thing.
stupid.
Everybody's, the whole thing of you took out these people and you're not a nice guy and blah 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 blah. And then it was a little Cope and his little buddies against boxing his people, and then Shafir came out and whatever. So Cope got hit with a briefcase, and that's about it from that. So then we got Mariah May and Harley Cameron. Slow back and forth. And then they're going to do something on Collision, but we don't really talk about Collision, so we're not going to talk about it. So we then had the matchup that Yolanda's referring to, sir. A triple cake match. Triple threat cake match. Willow Nightingale. We know those are heavy-duty triple air kings. Chris Statlander and Tony Storm.
Tony Storm won because the simple fact the other two can't stand each other.
And guess again.
Guess again, sir.
Okay. So even in that, Tony didn't
win either, sir. It was Chris.
Willow beat Chris. I was just going to say, Willow already beat Chris Statlander. So is this the opportunity for Chris Statlander to get even?
Yeah, Statlander spiked Tony Storm and pinned her. She didn't pin Willow, but she won. So now, only did you not choose the returning Tony Storm to win, you also had her be the one to take the L. We got to remember, Tony Storm now has a memory issue. She doesn't remember being timeless at all. So she thinks she's a rookie again. So she's not surprised that she didn't win. She says she's not ready. She was just happy to be out there with Willow and Chris. She's just not ready. She'll keep working hard. But it won't be Tony time all the time. That's what she said in her interview in the back. And yet these idiots are eating it up. They are, sir. They are. I mean, it's new territory. If anybody's gonna pull it off, I'd say, Tony Storm. So go ahead. She ain't a freaking rookie. In her mind, she is, sir.
It's all about.
It's not in her mind.
She's starting over.
It's
Donnell.
It's a freaking avalanche in the office of Tony Khan. I mean, nobody's going to argue that fact with you at all. We're just saying, storyline wise, that's what's happening. I know that's my problem. I know the fact that is the storyline. I'm not saying that again. I'm not saying that we should find a lie with what you're saying. I'm just letting you know what's happening. It ain't even a tornado no more. It's an avalanche. Darn it. So Omega comes out. He cuts the babyface promo about what happened with him and how he had to get part of his intestines removed and all those things. And he had to push himself to do it and all the good stuff. Don Callis interrupts him. He said, "Well, look who's back from the dead." Omega jumps on him
And then he gets beat up by Lance Archer and Brian Cage, who are now a tag team under the Don Callis family. Kyle Fletcher came and hit Omega with a right hand. Cage punched him in the abdomen where he had the, surgery. So then we get the Bruv to come out, and the Bruv saves Ospreay with a chair. Turns around, he has a chair in his hand. He drops the chair. They have a stare down. And we end with finding out Kenny Omega will face Brian Cage on Dynamite Maximum Carnage next week, which means that Kenny Omega is going to win his first match because Brian Cage wins about as much as Powerhouse Hobbs wins, if not less. So that was pretty much Dynamite. Yo, anything that you would like to add to the Dynamite talk there?
Nope. You pretty much covered it all. Oh, but just to answer your question about Stat, she's trying to go back face and make up for all her wrongdoings, by the way.
Yes, sir. That is correct.
I don't know how I feel about that.
It's a terrible, I'll tell you how I feel about it. It's a terrible usage of Chris Statlander because you had her go through being the bad guy and she actually was doing well. And then you just all of a sudden decide now she wants to be a good guy because she's not with old buddy anymore. But
is he in the company still?
I don't think so. I haven't seen him anywhere. All right, so we got some comments here. I like it. So Damien says, "Darn it, he tried." We get you off topic. I knew this is what he was trying to do. Cole says the Hurt Syndicate should actually invest in them being AEW. I mean, they are there to hurt people. It depends on who else they get with them, though, to see if they're going to be legitimate to me or not. They good right now.
I know one person Cole don't want.
I sent Cole a little something about that person. I'm sure he laughed. I sent it to you too, I think.
I probably didn't look at it yet.
So Cole also says Candyman is at it again with the booking. Absolutely. 100% all the time. Cole also says, I told you, homie books these matches, and then when each match is underway, TK is talking with his nose candy dealer. I see no lies so far. Benny Boom, Benny, what's going on? My Eagles brethren. He says Shelton Benjamin is that dude. I've always liked Shelton. I don't know why they didn't give him a run in WWE. Maybe they'll let him get some titles here because they got like 20 of them. So I mean, it's not like he can't have two.
And he still ain't got one yet.
Not yet, but we got about 20, so he can get 2 of those 20. They can let them be the 6-man champs. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Bobby can go in there and beat everybody up for like 5 seconds. Shelton Benjamin can throw a couple of moves, and then MVP can come in and get the pin. Cole says, so the winner of this match will job to the AEW champion the following week. I won't say job because, Tony likes to make the big meaty men, as our guest co-host would enjoy seeing, at least go out there and flex and swing around their meat before they lose. All right, Cody says they better push Hobbs well after feeding him to the momentum killer, aka John Moxley. Does seem to have that title, especially with his new white t-shirt, non-people of color, except for Yuta, who gets beat up all the time and beat down and treated like a boy gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
Gold says another booking decision sponsored by the White Mountain. Snort it up your nose if you want to make crappy decisions for AEW. Gold also says Adam, just pay WWE and get Edge from them, please. All he gotta do,
I know,
go back to Sexton Hardcastle. That's all he gotta do. Solves all the problems. This man was not always Edge. Just go back to your other name. People will know who you are. That watched you before you got to WWE. That's what everybody else does when they leave and go to AEW, but not Cope.
Dope.
I think you was in there with Tony Khan. That's how you came up with Cope. You changed the K to a P and said, I'm just going to go with that. I did digress. My bad, Playmaker. I said I was going to do my best not to. Morning shift for Cole Johnson says Willow Nightingale, and he gives us 5 cakes. Can make that 6, but five is satisfactory. He did says Chris Statlander 2 cakes. Okay, I can go with that. But you got to give Tony at least 3. If you're not giving Tony 3, you got to have a talk offline. Same.
He ain't give Tony nothing.
But we have an understanding about Tony. So he didn't put that out there for y'all, but me and Cole have an understanding about Tony. That's at least 3. That's at least 3. Cole says Tony needs to take that timeless gimmick and go back to WWE. She can't, man. She's a rookie. She's not ready for WWE.
No, keep going. No, keep going. Keep going.
Be well. Tony is like, snort. You want me to be a rookie and have amnesia? Tony, snort. Hot dizzle. Snort. Hey.
Keep going.
That may be how Timeless came about, as far as we know. David says, remember when I said Rockstar Tony was good? Yeah, I take that back. Laugh out loud. So it's not that Rockstar Tony is not good, Damien. It's that rookie Rockstar Tony is not good. Because everybody's got to learn when you don't remember.
And the comment of the night goes to one Cole Johnson.
Oh, you was going there. Okay. He says the Dollar Tree Will Ospreay equals the charisma vacuum himself, Ricochet. Samantha Irvin has more charisma in her walk. Never mind. I will not stop. I will not stop. I will not stop. We're going to take a commercial break.
Yeah, you might as well go ahead and hit that 1-2 commercial real quick.
Yeah, we're going to go into the commercial break off that one, because if I ponder that one more moment, Playmaker is not going to be happy because he has something that he needs to do tonight. So we're going to move. Second commercial break. Shout out Real Wise live. Let's do it. 502 Angel Radio. Commercial break time.
Whether it's the men's college game,
the way that this season has been going, yeah, anything is possible.
The women's college game,
and how passionate Angel Reese was at that press conference, they got their mojo now.
The WNBA,
AJ Wilson, Brianna Stewart 1 and 2, followed by Brittany Griner, Aaliyah Boston, Jackie Young,
or the NBA.
The Lakers had a 0.8 chance of winning. And then what happened in the fourth quarter? LeBron James by himself outdid the Clippers.
You will get any and all of the information right at your fingertips or your earlobes. Join the Playmaker as he breaks down all things basketball in Shooting Lights Out on the Playmaker's blog, network, YouTube channel, and where you can find podcasts. Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can be the black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Everything Boston. I love you morons. You kids from the block. New Edition.
Dear whatever the law firm is. Sincerely, the U.S. Supreme Court.
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. Go yourself again, Jason Whitlock.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, whether devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony, or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network proudly presents The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson, live every weekday morning beginning April 29th at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
This is the part of the show where I can stop being PC. Yes, sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we dive into the world of wrestling entertainment, big premiere week for the WWE as Monday Night Raw went to Netflix. Netflix did not have no buffering. Netflix improved since the Tyson and Paul fight. No problems whatsoever. Those of you who know me and Cool, we did a watch along with a group. So that was fun. Very long way to do what we did. 5 hours of basically podcasting.
Good Lord.
Yeah, we literally went off from this show and went to their show to do the watch along. Which took 3 hours, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Great intro, great opening for Triple H. We saw the final boss, who was not The Rock.
No, that wasn't the final boss. We saw Dwayne Johnson. That's who we saw.
That was Dwayne Johnson.
Yes.
Okay.
That was just Dwayne Johnson. I don't care.
And by the way, just be prepared. You're gonna see Dwayne Johnson going forward. Because if you didn't know, which I didn't say on the show last week, that's my fault. He bought most shares of TKO. You know what that means, right?
We're going to see whoever they need to get business up. That's who we're going to see.
So you might not be seeing a ball step into a ring. No. Now, we got, all the hoopla and stuff out the way. Tribal comeback. Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa for the Ulafala and the right to be known as the only tribal chief. Of course, you knew Bloodline 2.0 was going to show up and do some things, which they did. And Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu. Sammy and Jimmy came out to the ring, and those of you was wondering where Jay had a big match to go with. He had to deal with Drew McIntyre. But we saw, surprisingly, Kevin Owens make an appearance. Was you surprised to see Kevin Owens?
Not really surprising, but surprising at the same time. If you think about storyline wise.
I get it storyline wise, but I ain't thinking about Kevin Owens showing up.
That's why I said surprising, but not surprising. Yeah.
And then Cody Rhodes. Trust me, you're gonna see his head drop a lot of times when I say Cody Rhodes, because that's how many times I gotta say Cody Rhodes. Of course, in this sense, I understand Kevin Owens getting involved. You might as well get involved because y'all two going at it anyway. Outside of that, Roman Reigns hits the spear. 1, 2, 3. The Ulafala and a title tribal chief is back with Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns, I re-acknowledge you as my tribal chief now that you have reacquired the Ulafala.
After he did announce it like 2 weeks ago.
No, I'm saying like it makes sense, but I thought they were going to drag it out. I thought they were going to really do a good job of dragging this out into WrestleMania season, but apparently not. So maybe he, ran up to Tony Khan somewhere and they ended up hanging out a little bit. I don't know.
My sister, we can throw the ones back up officially.
I've always been the one.
Back up now. I'm just gonna take that L and move on. But an L that we did not take was the very next match for the Women's World Championship. Rhea Ripley going against Liv Morgan yet again. This was the moment that me and Koo said, this is where Mommy gets back on top. And that's what happened. Mommy is back on top. She finally gets her revenge on Liv Morgan. And she is now once again the Women's World Champion. And in the press conference, she made the one mistake. She said she's done with Judgment Day and Liv Morgan, which is never how that goes. But Mommy's back on top, sir.
Emo Cakes is where she should be. All is right within the world of Raw.
The universe just feels right.
See, we're all happy. Just feels right. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's happy. Obviously for different reasons, but everybody's happy.
Of course. And Dom didn't have his fairy tale ending.
Dom knew better than to expect that. Come on, Dom. All you done did, you thought you was gonna do that. Come on, Dom. I feel like he definitely was out there with Tony Khan. He seen Tony Khan somewhere. I think that was gonna work.
But we thought that was the highlight of Rhea's night. It wasn't because my sister, I thought I heard her gong hit while she was on her at the entranceway. I don't know where the Undertaker showed up.
And not just the Undertaker.
Y'all see the classic.
88. I see you. Okay.
The American Badass showed up. He gave the rub to Rhea Ripley.
He did.
And it made sense for him to be there because he was given a rub.
Before I get to the reason why he said it makes sense, trust me, when I say this one Cool gonna have his moment and Cole Johnson gonna be probably going off in the chat. But before we get there, if I can pull something from Cole Johnson and Total Football Talk, if there was an upset of the night, it was the third night. Even though my co-host here said it might be face night because Roman Reigns won the first match on card. Jey Uso went against Drew McIntyre. And we all knew Drew McIntyre was on a rampage. So going through the bloodline. He already beat Sami Zayn. He been whooping on Jimmy every time SmackDown come on. Now Jay gets his shot. And do I say that Drew McIntyre got too overconfident and slipped? Got caught slipping?
Actually, I would say this. First of all, Travis Scott came out with him with his aroma. So there's that. And then also this was a good guys are going to win every match night. And also, as we just got from Miss Williams, there's always time for a yeet or two.
Jay won. Not in a traditional way.
He can win. That's on the right.
He didn't feel good. He didn't feel good saying that. Don't be smart. Don't be fooled by the smile. He didn't feel good saying that.
I did not.
But Jay beat Drew McIntyre with the roll up, which was very quite interesting. And then let me see. My brother's favorite moment, Cole Johnson's favorite moment, probably my co-host's favorite moment. Mr. He's a Real American made an appearance in California, aka Hulk Hogan. And let's just say the city of Los Angeles, despite the fact of what they're going through, gave the Hulkster a very, and I do mean very, warm welcome to Los Angeles.
I loved it. Every minute of it. Can't stand it, man. But go ahead.
Very warm welcome. It's a very warm welcome for him. Cool. Very warm welcome.
Well deserved welcome. You piece of human trash. And for you to get on TV,
I was shocked though
that they even had this guy up there. Like, you know, we say stuff like, remember we talked about a few months ago. This all ties in. We talk about long-term storytelling. Remember a few months ago when Triple H was like, "Oh, I don't see color." You see color, but you sure do love some racist boys, don't you? Oh,
you do.
Oh, Paul Levesque. So you're gonna bring this piece of trash who had the nerve to say, if people will forgive Chris Benoit, who we now know after everything happened had PTSD, brain issues from wrestling. You're going to say people will forgive somebody who did something, then it's a terrible thing. But when you have brain issues, you're not always in control of what you do. You were in control when you were making racist rants because your daughter wanted to date somebody that looks like me, Playmaker. And all the other stuff that you said with you and Bubba the Love Sponge. So you think we're going to forgive you? You think that the LGBTQ community is going to forgive you? You think people of color are going to forgive you? No, we're not. You MAGA boy, you are a real American. You're just like your boy Donald J. Trump. And I know that you support him. I didn't even watch you support him. I know you support him because you think the same thing he does. So guess what? We got 4 years of racist people running this country. People like Hulk Hogan, you're still going to get booed because you're garbage. You are trash in WWE. I'm disappointed in you for taking a piece of trash and supporting his trash beer and supporting his trash supporting him getting money from you guys for his trash just person. We talk about all these people being canceled. Why is Hulk Hogan the trashiest, most racist, outright wrestler? Because I'm not saying other people aren't, but you got the nerve to say it out loud for everybody to hear. Why is he still getting stuff? John Gruden said less, and they won't even let him in the NFL. But y'all gonna give him money and support his trash beer. Make it make sense, Paul. Make it make sense. I'll stop there.
Maybe I would answer your question, but that's a whole nother 30 minutes of me. And I got other stuff to talk about.
Yes, sir.
So this not on you, but this is not one of them times that I can answer that question with the time that I have left.
Like to go to the chat now, or are you ready to just keep rolling?
No, we gonna keep rolling because yeah, that your rent pretty much cleared all that was in the chat. So yeah. Yeah. That's why I didn't say nothing. Because I knew the chat was gonna go in, and I had a feeling you might be going in. So whenever you do, we gonna clip that whole rant about Hogan right there. That's what we gonna share on social media. Then we get to the main event. There's only 4 matches on the card, ladies and gentlemen. Just want y'all to know that 3-hour show, only 4 matches. Seth Rollins finally gets his match with CM Punk. We're trying to figure out who could win this match, who can take a loss. But throughout the match, these two guys beat the holy crap out of each other. No weapons involved. Just straight up old style fist fight in a wrestling ring. And the Second City Saint, CM Punk, beat the Visionary. Now, Question: what does this loss does to the visionary Seth freaking Rollins?
I'll let you go first, Iman.
Nothing, just make him want to have another fight with him.
At least him closer to the dark side. He kind of said that before the match in his interview. Leaves him a little closer to the dark side. Because at the end of the day, we need the evil shield, y'all. We need Kevin Owens. We need Drew McIntyre. And we need Seth Rollins. We need the evil shield. Whatever they want to call themselves, we need the evil shield. And that's it right there. And now he's getting closer to the psychosis that Kevin Owens is clearly exhibiting. And Drew McIntyre has been off the wall for a year. So.
Oh, you know he ain't happy about losing. You know he ain't happy about losing.
Oh, yeah. So it's getting good. It's getting good.
But yes, Monday night was face night.
It was. If you're a good guy, you won. And if you were iffy, you could beat Seth.
Tuesday night, too.
Tuesday night, New Year's Eve. I would not call it face night. I would call it if your title was on the line, you lost it.
You lost it.
We opened the show. By the way, Corey Graves is now down to NXT, unfortunately.
Until football season. I did get confirmation on that.
Oh, to the football season, so he's there until September.
Yeah. They decided to go with Wade Barrett over him on SmackDown. Which I think makes sense. Yeah, which I think makes sense. Because
I was wondering about that. What happened?
Corey,
good.
He would be good to replace Pat McAfee when he leaves again. So it kind of makes sense. You know what I'm saying? To just you go to NXT for a few months and then you come back and you'll be on Raw and then you go back to NXT.
I bet Corey can't stand Pat McAfee. Like, here come this again. And taking my buddy Michael and taking my job.
That's what I'll be thinking. Real.
Michael Cole got on the announce table and was eating.
Yes, he was.
Michael Cole love Pat.
He does. Michael Cole made sure Pat was on the show with him.
Yeah.
Michael Cole got more pull all of them. Yeah, that's what really happened.
Yeah.
But NXT, we opened the show with the NXT Women's Champion, Roxanne Perez, defending against Julia for the second time. And cool, you know how I feel about when somebody gets a second chance at something that they missed out on.
I didn't even think she should have needed a second time. So, you know how I feel about you.
Should have got it the first time.
I know.
Exactly.
They had to bring Cora J back some type of way, so they did it that way.
True.
But Corey J, you could not. Well, that might change now because now Roxanne Perez is no longer the NXT Women's Champion as Julia overcame the 2-1 odds to defeat Roxanne Perez. And by the way, Booker T, calm your nerves, sir. Calm your nerves.
I can't blame Booker T. You say what you want, I can't blame Booker T.
That woman been champion for like a year and a half. She has run NXT for a good time. It's time to move on.
But you know, Booker T got to sell it. That's what Booker T does.
No, that's his protege. You got to sell his protege, his prodigy.
True. There's that too.
And by the way, congratulations on your win over Zilla Fatu, sir. Which I did not expect
uniform on.
Which I did not expect him to win. I did not really expect him to win. I thought Zilla was going to win that.
I did not either.
But congratulations, Booker T. Anyway. But yes, Julia is your new NXT Women's Champion. It's a good start. Good start to the show. Sir, we had a Fatal 4 cake match for you.
And by the way, Julia has the bigger cake, so we had the cakes won that match too, by the way. So put it out there.
Yeah, unfortunately, your girl was the one who took the pin, by the way. I
mean, you can't win them all. But You gave me a Fatal 4 cakeway match. So I can't be upset if my girl didn't win when I got to see so many cakes in one place. Shawn Michaels, my guy. You need to talk to your boy.
But yeah, Stephanie won the Fatal 4-way, pinning Kalani Jordan.
Poor Kalani cakes.
She's taking a lot of L's lately.
She is.
That just means the comeback gonna be real. That's all.
She's taking a lot of L's though.
Because they can't have given up on Kalani cakes. I don't believe that.
By the way, for you wondering who was always in the mess besides Stephanie and Kalani, it was Lola Vice and Cora Jade.
Lola Vice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now you see why I do what I do when it comes to her.
I've always seen why you do what you do, sir. I've always seen it. I had LASIK surgery. I have perfect vision.
Not laser surgery.
Yes, sir. It's been like 5 years, but I had LASIK surgery, so my vision is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It might be 22/20. You know what I'm saying?
We did say if you had a title and it was on the line, you lost it. So the Heritage Cup was on the line, and yes, it changed hands. Lexis King now holds the Covenant Heritage Cup.
Can it really be coveted if Lexis King has it? Can it really be coveted?
I didn't like it at all. Terrible.
Yeah, me and you, I'm on the same page here. That's not coveted. Lexis King. Come on, bro. Lexis King?
Lexis King. Yes, Lexis King. He is a Heritage
trying so
champion.
hard not to be like his daddy. That man looked just like his daddy.
You would do better just being your daddy. Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe not all the way. You ain't got to go crazy, but you could just be your dad. Just own who you are. The weird face paint stuff and the wild haircuts, bro. Like, why?
Now we did have a backstage moment where Ethan Page, proud of what he did to Devon Evers, by the way, talking to Ava. And guess who walks in on a conversation?
I'm gonna say what my man Oba said. Uncle Rob.
Yeah, the final boss made an appearance at NXT.
Dwayne Johnson made an appearance at NXT, sir.
Yes, Dwayne.
Yeah, Dwayne Johnson. Yeah, but for purposes of our listeners, when I say the final boss, they ears pick up.
I'm just saying.
But yes, Dwayne Johnson hopped in on the conversation, and Ethan Page's attitude changed very quickly.
You can't bully nobody in front of their dad, especially no woman. Come on now, can't do that.
You know, the Rock says, "I want us to be cool." You know, we're cool, but for us to be cool, y'all need to be cool.
That was a good dad moment. I liked it.
Oh, and he also said, even though I am the final boss and all that's good and well, this is NXT though, right? She's the final boss. That means Ethan Page need to do something that is hard for him to do, and that is shut up when it comes to Ava.
Good luck with that.
I say it was hard for him to do. Is that his name?
Smackdown, put him in the mid card where he belongs. And stop with him there.
And then
what else he gonna do?
The main event. Well, technically not the main event because Dwayne Johnson needed to be the main event. But we ain't gonna talk about that. He ain't really say much.
Nothing.
Nevertheless, the main event, the NXT Championship on the line, triple threat match. Eddie Thorpe.
Yeah, man.
He still decided to show up after he took a beating by Obafemi, who Obafemi admitted that he did it.
That was good. That was good TV. That's good TV.
And they ain't finna do nothing to Obafemi. I can tell you. The look on her face like, yeah, he can do whatever. But he thought still made his way to the match against Obafemi and the champion himself, Trick Williams. Now,
that trick.
Now, the ruler did say the only reason why you're NXT champion is because I allow you to be NXT.
Because I let you.
That's what he said.
And sure enough, a trick shot with a chair hitting Eddie Thorpe. And what did we call it? A fall from grace by Obafemi. 1, 2, 3. The ruler
and new.
He is now called. He's called the ruler. He really is the ruler now.
Obafemi.
He is the ruler of the NXT now.
If I was a NXT championship contender, I'd be like, yo, can I just go to Raw or SmackDown? At least for like a few months. I ain't fighting that dude, yo.
And they had a cute moment after Obafemi's win. You saw Obafemi and you saw Julia both at the entranceway holding their champions.
With the pyrotechnics.
Signaling a new era of NXT.
New year, new champs.
I feel like that means that Trick Williams and Roxanne Perez are gone.
To the main roster.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll get their rematch along the way.
Think Trick is ready for that?
In a tag team, he'll be fine. As an individual wrestler, no. But I don't think he'll ever be more popular. So if you don't take him now, you're gonna wait till he die down and then put him on the main roster.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Him and Carmelo can immediately have some beef.
Yeah, or they can be friends again because they can forget what happened in NXT now. They're both on the main roster.
Nah, they don't need to be friends. They need beef. Go in and go whoop that Trick over there.
Or maybe you beat him and then they'll be friends. But he should whoop the Trick. He should whoop the Trick again. I agree with that. I agree with that.
So you want him to whoop the Trick again? That's what my sister is saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then maybe they can be friends, but you gotta whoop the Trick again first. And then Carmelo be talking trash to everybody. And somebody
that man be losing, and he be losing, and he's never.
He still talk trash.
That man can get beat down and be like, "I'm him. I don't miss."
But you just missed.
Yeah, you're missing a lot, buddy. But that's who Melo is. That's why he's him.
And that's why you love him.
Yes.
So that's what your NXT evil. Back-to-back days in Los Angeles. 2 straight nights of Dwayne Johnson, which is rare these days.
One night is rare.
He ain't got nothing else to do.
Right. Movie didn't do well, so he ain't got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why John Cena's back for the year.
That's why I still like Rare One. Rare One was good. Hey, John Cena is in the Royal Rumble. CM Punk is in the Royal Rumble.
So do we get The Rock and John Cena for one last time?
That would be
John Cena says he has no power over that.
The Rock
does.
Just
asking your opinion.
No, I don't think so.
This your last hurrah, you say. Why not go back to a oldie?
You got CM Punk there. Randy Orton's coming back.
Do all of them. It's your last run. You gotta do this one.
Just go ahead. Just do rematches all over the place.
Yeah. The last time ever.
You got enough people still there.
Yeah. And by the way, that man to my left, he wants that shirt just in a different color.
I do. I actually want the John Cena shirt, but I want it in green. So we gotta wait till.
You talking about the last tour?
Mm-hmm.
I've always been a John Cena hater.
I was going to say, my sister's not a John Cena fan, just so y'all know that. Okay.
I liked heel John Cena when he was the Dr. Thugonomics. I liked him.
I thought it was whack.
He did
whack,
say that
but he
that
tried.
could come back. That could make a comeback somewhere down the line on his retirement tour.
Yeah, he tried. He was whack, but he tried.
It was entertaining.
But I mean, I do like his mic skills. Like he do be killing on the mic sometimes. Especially when he got the Rock back in the day about his promo on his sleeve. That's a classic one.
And bringing it via satellite. I like that too. I did also like Fruity Pebble as well. And that was a
pretty. Hey Cole, how you know that?
Cole, pay attention to what I be saying.
Man, that's my number one guy. Well, no, I take it. I don't know. I can't. Roman.
No,
Randy.
your number one, your overall number one guy showed up on Raw unexpectedly.
Well, yeah, but currently, Randy's still there. Randy's my first crush.
We remember.
Yeah, Randy was your first crush, but we talking currently. I think Roman Reigns made a case.
Oh yeah, Roman Reigns is my new crush.
You know what I'm saying? Roman Reigns made a case.
How y'all feel about y'all cakeage? That's how I feel about Mr. Roman.
Speaking of which, let's go to the show that Roman is still.
I can't say that.
That Roman is still a part of. Let's go to SmackDown.
Yeah, I can't say that for now.
Paul Heyman showed up on SmackDown, and he wanted to talk to Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes made an appearance, shook Heyman's hand, and Paul Heyman started to talk. Roman Reigns respects Cody Rhodes. Roman Reigns respects the fact that Cody Rhodes has been champion and has done well as a champion, unlike somebody that I know who is about sick and tired of saying Cody Rhodes. But he says, I want the title back. And this is how Roman Reigns is trying to go get the title back. He's basically going to take the same route that Cody Rhodes took to get back to the Universal Championship. Roman Reigns is officially in the Royal Rumble match for the men's side. So now we have CM Punk, we have John Cena, and we have Roman Reigns officially. When was the last time Roman Reigns was in a Rumble match?
He was champion. He didn't need to be in one.
Yeah. He took a break, and then he was champion when he came back. So he didn't really. When he was with the Shield, I guess, right?
Jeez, that's a long time.
Yeah, because remember he should have won one year, and he didn't win, and they had him win the next year. Everybody was booing because.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and they tried to get The Rock to come out there to help his stats up. That was terrible. I felt so bad for him. It's like, why they booing him? Don't do him like that.
He still didn't get Hulk Hogan heat though.
Nah.
But while that was going on, Kevin Owens appeared and pretty much said he wanted to Rumble again. Because now all of a sudden that Roman Reigns has the Olafala back. He's in the Royal Rumble match and he has a path to the Universal Championship again. And he's blaming Cody Rhodes for all of this. Because Cody Rhodes decides to help Roman Reigns.
And Raheem said it's on site.
And he meant it.
He meant it.
He meant it. Cody Rhodes didn't say one word.
On site.
Cody Rhodes hopped that gate. I said, okay, Raheem. That's Raheem right there. That ain't Cody, that's Raheem.
It was on
site.
That's
who invited to the cookout.
Uh-huh.
That was on site. I give him that. You saw the Bloodline 2.0? Can you still call him Bloodline 2.0?
Call them whatever you want to call them. They ain't got no new name yet.
Okay. Just want to make sure, man.
Solo ain't there, so are they really the bloodline anymore?
This is a very serious question here.
And they're supposed to be acknowledging Roman.
That's what Solo told them, but I don't think they're going to listen to Solo.
Yeah.
I think they're going to say you're weak, and they're going to beat his ass next week. That's what I think. So we'll see what happens. But I think that there'll be something other than acknowledging Roman Reigns.
They got involved in the melee, and they was going to be forced out, and Jacob beating up security. I don't know why they call them security. There's no way they're security. You notice every time they show security, there's no way these people are security. Like no way.
No, the wrestlers are trying to get on. That's how half the people got on.
Yeah, those are they're all trying to make it wrestlers.
I know they trying, but remember though, when they had security, they actually looked like security, even though they was wrestlers. They looked like security.
They don't let them do steroids no more, so everybody can't look like security no more, sir.
But a certain person, the certain person did kick them out of the arena, and Ray Barry and Joe Joseph says that was not a smart idea by LA Knight.
Well, you know who Jacob Fatu's first opponent was going to be.
And sure enough, LA Knight had a United States title match, and guess who got involved? Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu. Waste the LA Knight.
Yeah.
Before Cody Rhodes and Jim Uso came down and run them off again. And this is where my co-host throws up because Cody Rhodes in Cody Rhodes fashion. Nick, don't kick him out. Them two versus us two tonight. Cody Rhodes.
That won't Raheem. Just say I know that won't Raheem. That was Cody.
We did get to hear from the new WWE Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton.
Mm-hmm.
Stiffy time.
So in this question here, who was the real dumb one, Nia Jax or Tiffy?
Clearly it was Nia Jax.
Well, Bailey made it clear who was.
You never underestimate whoever the champion is. Whoever has that briefcase, you never underestimate them.
And Nia Jax, doing Nia Jax things. Give me the title. I'm just going to take it from you. Bailey comes up. No. Naomi comes out. No. I have a case as well. And they just threw Bianca in there.
Like literally.
I know. I didn't like that.
I didn't either.
I didn't like that at all. I was like, why the hell she in the match?
I already knew. Once they threw her in, I'm like, her or Naomi ain't winning.
They just threw Bianca in the match. Of course, Candice LeRae got involved. I mean, it's a fair four-way, what you expect. Inadvertent whip attack to Naomi, and I'm pretty sure that don't hurt. Rose planning, hey, your girl's back in the title picture again, sir. Good old Bailey case back in the title picture.
So the thing is, this was another Fatal 4 cake weight. I mean, there was no bad option cake-wise. There was not one. Just saying. Now, if Candice LeRae was in the match,
really have big bitch, or is she just big girl?
So I think she's a big girl that also has cakeage. But that is a fair question. I don't know whoever. Actually, you know what? She does have cakes. I saw some pictures of her before she was as robust as she is now, and she did have cakes. I had to remember that. But I will say that, of course, there's been a large increase in the size of those cakes, as there's been a large increase in the size of everything. You have to acknowledge that. You have to be fair.
That was a very nice way of putting that.
Hey man, when it comes to the cake army, we can't be doing them like that. We have to find ways to make the things right.
So we had a Pretty Deadly go against Los Garza.
Wasted match.
Pretty Deadly can't beat me and Playmaker. What's the point in them being there? They can't beat me and Playmaker.
They lost their match and went to DIY. I was talking some. Where was y'all at? We need y'all help. Talking about some dumb blondes. That's Pretty Deadly for you.
Well, it's only one blonde one.
The other one act just like it. So even though he don't got blonde hair,
you say he may not be.
I mean, you said blondes.
He blondes.
Plural.
He gets the title too. And like dumb blondes do, Apollo Crews is trying to tell you what they are doing to you. He's giving you the game, and you're not listening.
So is this Apollo Crews' new gimmick?
I know, right? That's right on my tongue. Like, what is he doing? Just up here snitching?
King Snitch? Is that a new thing? He'll get his Nigerian accent back, and he's going to snitch on everyone. Is that a new thing? What are we doing? What are we doing?
So Mother Machine Gun took on A-Town Down Under. Y'all can figure out who won that match.
There's no way A-Town Down Under lost.
You can figure out.
Did y'all notice that they put the down under part on there? Or has that been like that? Because that was my first time hearing it.
They've been
A-Town Down Under. I mean, I know people been saying it, but actually announcing it.
I don't know if they announced it or not. Did they? I know you know.
They've been announcing it.
Okay, I'm about to say, I know you know.
That was my first time hearing it.
By the way, speaking of announcement, I got to go back real quick. Did I hear Lilian Garcia announce LA Knight the way that I think she did?
Yes, you did, sir.
I ain't catch
she
that.
did the whole thing.
What?
That's it.
What whole thing?
Did Lilian just put the yell in there too?
Oh.
I was like, really?
Lilian put her own spin on it.
She literally announced it LA Knight and she said, yeah. I'm like,
yep.
I wasn't ready for that one. I wasn't ready.
You getting caught off guard a lot lately, man. What's going on? You are.
I didn't expect the ring announcer put the. I ain't expect the ring announcer put the catchphrase in there.
I'm just saying, you the detailed guy. They catching you by surprise a lot. That's all I'm saying.
Hey,
I don't want no smoke tonight, man.
Things happen. And then, of course, we get to the main event as we close up shop. Cody Rhodes, Big Jim, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga. And this is where Cody Rhodes was not Cody Rhodes. He saw Kevin Owens walk into the ring. It was on site.
Raheem came back. He was Cody for a while. But then Raheem rose up.
And Raheem left Jimmy Uso by himself. With everybody else with Jacob Fatu. You can figure out what happened after that.
Is that not a Raheem move? I'm just asking. Is that not a Raheem move? I'm gonna leave you by yourself. You hang everything. That's Raheem.
I'm out. That's on you.
I see this mother sucker. I'm out. My bad, bro, but I gotta go.
And that's what happened. Jacob Fatu did Jacob Fatu things, and he got the dub. So now the new week begins as Monday Night Raw kicks off. Lana Valkyria, Dakota Kai, winner becomes the inaugural Women's Intercontinental Champion.
Dakota.
I'm going Lila. I'm going Lila. I'm sorry. I'm going Lila.
It's gonna be Lila.
It's gonna be Lila. It should be because it's gonna be Lila.
Damian Priest, Finn Balor in a straight fight.
Damian Priest got the War Raiders with him now. Ain't no way he losing that. For the numbers game, they could take out 2 members of Judgment Day each.
We're gonna run it back again for the 4th time. Sheamus and Luther Kaiser.
Who cares? Next.
Exactly.
The world champion will make his appearance for the first time in 2025. The ring general.
We got all these people on the show last week,
Oh,
but you can't.
I forgot about him.
Be on the show. That's what I'm saying. You got people forgetting about the champ. Man, just go ahead and move Roman to Raw and let him take the belt off of Gunther. Because come on, man. We know Roman is going to Raw. Just how is he going to get there? We know he's going to Raw. Because Netflix wants him. So we already know. Just hurry up and do it, man.
All right, sir, get us out of here.
So, good people, we are not going to get to the comments tonight because Playmaker is ready to make moves. But we do appreciate all of your wonderful comments. A lot of them are very hilarious. A lot of them are very...
Well, for my sister, you can put up Cole. You can put Cole's last one up there for my sister.
We'll do, sir.
It. Thank you, Cole. Yeah, beef cake.
Cole did say for Yolanda, Roman Reigns beefcake.
Yeah.
So whenever Yolanda's on, she can tell us her beefcakes. We're not going to try to guess who her beefcakes are because that's just not right. But when she's here, she can tell us her beefcakes. But appreciate you for coming on, Yolanda. Playmaker, pleasure as always, my man. And make sure you tell 4 people who you think are your friends. They're probably not, but either way, tell them. And then 4 people you know don't like you. Just because they don't like you doesn't mean they won't like us, because they will like us. And as always, it's never where you start. It's always where you finish. Shout out Real Wise Radio. Shout out 502 Angel Radio. And we shall return next week. And until then, don't mess up so you can still see us next week. How about that? Any last words, Yolanda? Any last words, Playmaker?
No, enjoyed you guys.
Appreciate having you.
Udom Rams.
It be your family, bro. It be your family.